Hello and welcome to Amazons et al. With me, Aisha Umar Yusuf. Our guest today is no stranger to Nigerians, a two-time federal minister who later represented the country in a regional foreign mission abroad. She's also an outstanding legal practitioner, a banker, a diplomat, as well as a wife, mother, and grandmother. As a concerned Nigerian citizen, she has also charted a niche for herself as a philanthropist. Join us soon after this short break in order to meet her. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome to Amazons et al., Dr. Salamatu Suleiman.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Nice to be here.
As the current chairperson of the Nigerian Human Rights Commission, you are no doubt a very accomplished lady. Can you go down memory lane and tell us more about your early life?
Yeah, I was born in Argungu, Kebbi State. I actually come from Gwandu local government area. My father was an area court judge, Alkali, and my mother was a full-time housewife. I went to primary school both in Argungu and Birnin Kebbi, and later was privileged to gain admission into Queen's College, Lagos, where I did my secondary school. Thereafter, I went to Ahmadu Bello University for both my A-levels and law program. And after university, I was in the Nigerian Law School for a year. Then I was in Sokoto as a state counsel. I worked for about 5 years in the Sokoto State Ministry of Justice as a state counsel. I was also lucky to get admission to study a master's degree program at the London School of Economics and Political Science. That was a year program, and when I came back, I joined Continental Merchant Bank, and thereafter I've been in various organizations, both private and public. I retired some time ago.
I see. So coming from a family of Muslim jurists on the one hand and Gwandu royalty on the other, what informed the decision to send you all the way to Queen's College, Lagos as an adolescent? In those days.
Well, actually, I think it was just providence, the will of God. In that time, the unity school concept was very strong. It was very well organized and well run. If you pass a certain degree in your common entrance, you stood a chance of actually gaining admission into one of the unity colleges, as they called them then. I was lucky. I got enough marks to be admitted into Queen's College, Lagos. So, and I feel most privileged, and I must say I thank my father very much for his foresight, because at that time it was very difficult for people to let their children go to school that far. But he was actually very, very supportive and very helpful.
So were you the first female to go that far?
Yeah, yes, let me say yes. I come from a very traditional family setting. We were 4 girls. The first sister, unfortunately, didn't go far in school. She was taken over by my father's elder brother. So she was mainly in Islamic education and got married very early. The next girl was brought up by my grandmother, and she also didn't go too far. But my immediate senior sister graduated. She's a teacher. She's been a commissioner. She would have actually gone to Queen's College also, but we had just moved house from, we moved from Argungu to Birnin Kebbi, and her letter of invitation got missing in
along the way.
Along the way. So by the time schools resumed, my father just got her admission in the nearest women teachers college, and she did extremely well. She was, I think, the best student in her year, and she later became a commissioner in Sokoto State, as well as in Kebbi State, when Kebbi State was created. And she was a principal at one time of one of the federal government colleges, as well as her last career, I think, was at the National Health Insurance Scheme, where she rose also high. So it all shows the kind of opportunities, if girls are given the chance, the kind of distance they can go.
Did you choose to study law, all on your own, or was the choice made for you because of your family tradition?
I would say the choice of law was also God's providence, because when I finished secondary school, my passion was to study psychology. I love dealing with people. I like understanding people, helping, supporting, and I thought that was just the best course set for me. But unfortunately, when I finished my A-levels in ABU, they were not offering psychology as at that time. The only place I could have gone for it was Jos. And all my friends, all my relations, people I knew were in Zaria. And my parents were not really too keen on me moving from Zaria to another university. So of course the next best choice was law, following in the steps of my father, and that's how I came to study law.
Were you at any point forced to combine studies with marriage? How did you manage that?
I will say I was extremely lucky. I married after graduation, but there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure before then. So it was like immediately I finished. I finished in June. I think I got married in August. Oh. My sister got married after secondary school, actually. So she did most of her studies and things while she was married. Yeah.
Okay. So you've had a very illustrious career in judiciary, in banking, and in holding political appointments. How did you juggle that along with raising a family? I mean, young women would like to know how you are able to achieve the balance successfully.
I don't know if it was so successful, but I tried my best. It was very, very difficult because in addition to my own child, I also raised a lot of children. I had stepchildren, I had nieces, I had nephews, and there was always a struggle to maintain a balance. And for women, it is always very difficult when you have a career and you have a family. It goes to the way we are brought up, the way the entire system is. For a man, doing a job is like a birthright. He just assumes he will get a job, he will do it, he will graduate. But when a woman is given responsibility, she feels so anxious to ensure she does it properly. She goes the extra mile to ensure she does not fail. So that pressure is there. And now making sure your home also goes well. What I will advise young women is to always be focused, be clear what they want, and then be very, very strategic in balancing the two. And then it also calls to question the kind of support you will need at home, the way you need to treat people so that they can also treat you well and remove some of the pressure from you, the way that you can have people that can look after your home even if you have to be away. So it's a very tricky situation.
Yes.
Yes.
So you were a federal minister in 2 different administrations. How did you win the trust of 2 different presidents?
Whenever I'm asked things like that, I always go back to say that there is merit in this country, even though people tend to believe there isn't. Hard work and consistency pay. I never knew Umaru Yar'Adua from Adam. I had never met him. I didn't know his family. I never also knew President Goodluck Jonathan. But I think the way they operated and the merit they used was what got me into office. I was working as a director in Securities and Exchange Commission. I was the secretary to the commission and director legal services. Just an ordinary government worker doing my work. And I think at that time, His Excellency Umaru Yar'Adua of blessed memory, may God rest his soul, he wanted to have a female technocrat who knew how to work well, that he could work with. He had tried one or two, and then he just wanted somebody who would be doing very well in the assignments that he would give. So he also wanted to do government of national unity.
Yes.
So he wanted to invite the opposition to bring somebody that he could work with.
Yes.
And I was not a member of a political party as at that time.
Yes.
And the position was zoned to my zone, Northwest.
Okay.
As at that time, I think 2 governors were opposition governors from that zone.
Okay.
And then the vice chairman of the party, AMPP then, national vice chairman, happened to come from my state. Yes. So one day I came back. I was in Lagos actually on assignment, and I was coming back, and he said he wanted to come to the house and talk to us because he knew my husband very well as well. So he came. My husband was not even there.
That's the vice chairman.
The vice chairman,
okay.
Yeah. He said, I've been asked to bring the CV of somebody that could possibly be considered. I know you can do that job. If they ask me who is the best person that can do it, I know it is you. But I want to tell you up front, you are not going to, you might not get it.
Okay.
So I don't want to raise your hopes at all. It's like they want 3 CVs, 2 governors are already bringing 2. I'm bringing 1. Will they look at my own and leave those ones of the governor?
Yes.
So I'm just taking it, but I'm just telling you, please don't feel it is something that is attainable. I have my fears. It's not good. So he took my CV, and I forgot about it because he wasn't sure at all. He didn't really have hope that it will happen. He said it was like a knockout position. They want 3, so they will take 3. Then I was again sitting down one day. I think I was also coming back from an official assignment, and I got this call that I was needed at the SSS office.
Okay.
For some questioning and screening. I was like, wow, what is this? So to cut the story short, it now turned out that 3 CVs were submitted to His Excellency Umaru Yar'Adua, and later the liaison officer to the President, to National Assembly, who conducted my interview at the my screening at the National Assembly, was telling me that it was just God's work.
Yes.
Because normally the president will look at the name. The names are given in order of priority.
Yes.
And he doesn't bother himself looking at the CVs. He will take the name that the party has proposed, number 1 on the list. That is the way it is done. But
and your government was PDP at the time?
No, the government was Kebbi State was PDP. I think. It was PDP. Yeah. Yes.
So you'd expect him automatically to go for the governor's choice?
Kebbi, there was no, because it was opposition they asked to bring, the governor of Kebbi was not involved at all. Yes. So it was the national vice chairman that was asked to bring my CB. But there were 2 other governors then that were in the other states in the zones. So they said when they took the CVs, God bless Yar'Adua, and the kind of administration he had and the kind of human being that he was as a person, he liked merit. They say he went through all the CVs thoroughly, and he took my own from the bottom and said, this is the one I want, because the other 2 governors candidates were the ones on top.
I see.
Because and that was what happened.
I see.
So we went, we screened, and then I worked as well as I could. And it was when I was in the cabinet that I met President Goodluck Jonathan. He was the vice president
at the time.
At the time,
yes.
And he was also very encouraging, very impressed with my work. Yes. We had a chance to work 1 or 2 times. So when he took over from President Yar'Adua, he now said he will invite me. I think the party by that time had even changed its mind. They were looking, all the people who wanted to nominate had their own candidates. Yes. Everybody was since it's possible to get it, other people.
So you were nominated again by the opposition, not
yes.
by your state?
No, by the opposition. And then that's how I came to work with President Goodluck Jonathan, also, who I also say is somebody who likes merit.
I see.
And who was very, very encouraging as a leader. Yeah.
How did you find the difference between the two ministries? Was it easy to adjust? Today you are women affairs, tomorrow you are foreign affairs. Yes.
I honestly think the education I got and the training, because it prepares you to work anywhere. So the basic education I had from Queen's College, from Ahmadu Bello University, from London School of Economics, so I would say I was trained in the best schools, both at home and abroad. And then I worked in some of the most strategic places.
Yes.
I think we met in Continental Merchant Bank.
Yes.
There is no way you could work in Continental of those days and not be able to fit in any position.
Yes.
Because the training was so thorough.
Yes.
And the exposure was much.
It's true.
So I think God just prepared me with all those steps to now be able to fit in anywhere I found myself.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you are deeply involved in humanitarian work today through your NGO, the Al-Ali Hussaini Foundation, I believe named after your late father.
Yes.
So what motivated you to become a philanthropist?
I learned it from my father, and I think I just have it in me. And let me not say only my father, because my mother also did a lot of community work, philanthropic work. So I come from a family of people who do that.
Yes.
And then as I grew, I also realized it was very, very important to give back. When I went to school, when I went to Queen's College, everything about going to Queen's College was handled by the local government authority at that time.
Okay.
We had people escorting us all the way to Lagos to put us in Queen's College, come back and pick us. And these people did not have children. Well, there was people who went to federal government, or Odubolu, Owerri, Warri. I don't know why that system is not working anymore, because that system really created excellence.
I see.
And it created selflessness. Because the people who were organizing this thing, their children were not involved. Their children were not attending these schools, but they were doing well because they were happy other children are going to get. Yes. So I feel an obligation to give back to the society, because the society has been very, very kind to me, and it has helped me to grow. And personally in my life, nothing gives me more pleasure and happiness than helping people, getting people out of situations, getting children to attain their potentials if I can. So, and because of the education I had, which was by the grace of God and by special, what do they call it? The country was well run, and there were systems in place. I have a very serious passion for education and for just trying to see how we can make it better, and how other children, particularly girls like myself, from the rural areas that had no other, what do they call it, privileges, like parents in high places or whatever, but were able to rise and become something and contribute. So if I can, because now it pains me very seriously that those systems are not working. So it means many people that could have done what I have done, or even more, have not had the opportunity that I had.
It's true.
So I always try to advocate for that. I always try to help people that are struggling. I always try to see how the system itself can be improved, so that people who have potentials can get it, attain it, and contribute to national development.
Okay. How do you think, apart from your individual efforts as a philanthropist, how do you think we can retrace our steps to those days when the development of the society was uppermost, everybody was contributing, there was what you said, selflessness? Do you think there are one or two national traits we can imbibe so that we can get back to those?
I think it takes a lot of commitment from the leadership.
Okay.
And I think that was what set the tone that we met in the times of Sardauna, Tafawa, Balewa. They didn't care too much about themselves. They wanted systems to work, and they wanted things to be good for everyone.
Yes.
And I think in other parts of the country as well, there were people like that worked around that time. But these were the ones that were in my own area, which I can easily talk about. I think that kind of spirit got missing along the way.
Yes.
People became too self-centered. People became too ambitious to just do things for themselves and for their immediate families. And then people lost focus completely about the nation state. People were more individualistic. What can I get for myself? They're not thinking of who is coming behind me. How can that person rise? How can that person contribute? What can I do that the community can benefit from?
Yes.
So I think if we get that kind of commitment back, if we get those values back, this country will be great. Because our numbers can be an advantage. We are projected to grow to 300 million in so years. Can you imagine if those 300 million are all very good quality, well-trained, resourceful people? Yes. Where will Nigeria be? Exactly. It will be high up there.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll take you back a little to your philanthropic work. Exactly what do you do under the Alkali
Hussaini Foundation?
Yes.
We do a lot of poverty alleviation, empowerment. We focus on women and children, but we also do youths, which are
you give them like some venture funds to start.
We have started that now.
Okay.
But initially we used to train.
Okay.
We have a skill acquisition center in Birnin Kebbi.
I see.
Very well set up, and we do basic skills like tailoring, knitting, cosmetic making. We've gone into even catering, bead making. So we try to teach women to do things that they can
do from home.
Yes. And they can help their families.
Yes.
When we started, that time I was working in ECOWAS, and I was free of some responsibilities. I used to, as the women train, they finish whatever you learn, I give you that equipment to go and use to empower yourself and get. And then we used to give like widows grinding machines and things that they can do and be self-reliant. And then we try to pay school fees for orphans and indigent children. Yeah, yes. We've intervened in the area of taking male youths. Because we said, okay, let's just not say it is only for women and children. Let's see what we can do. We brought some here to Abuja, taught them, what do they call it, skills like POP, gardening, attached them to people who are doing these things so that they could learn.
POP, is that sealing the news?
Sealing, yes. Because we realize most of those things, when you go to states like ours, you'll find the local people don't know anything about it. If you want people to do you electrical work, you have to call somebody from somewhere. So we said, let's try and empower. But I'm glad some other people are also supporting youths to go into those kind of things. One of the ones that I found most fulfilling in the empowerment arena was what we call second chance.
Okay.
So, because we looked at the environment, in the local environment, girls go to school, they finish secondary school, they do work, they fail, and that is the end of it. They are just waiting for somebody to come and marry them.
Yes.
They cannot go to university, they cannot go to any, and there was so much of that.
Yes.
So they had no chance to develop and go further.
Yes.
So we now created an avenue for girls to come back. Young women, it doesn't have to be a girl. If you have done secondary school and you didn't pass, come back, take some core subjects, train, and retake again.
Thank you.
And part of that job, we did it. We've been collaborating with other partners, I must say. The Kebbi State government has been very, very supportive and collaborative. All the governors, each one that is on the ground, and we come up with a project that they see as being very, very beneficial to the community they support.
Okay.
Because this second chance, the governor then, I remember, now partnered with us to pay. We will train. We got instructors to train the girls, and the government took the payment of the enrollment fees for the WAEC and others. And
which governor is that? Which of them in particular?
Well, if I must say, I will say all the governors I have worked with have worked.
I see.
Because Atiku Bagudu was the one that paid for this partnership and even empowered our NGO to support a center that we set up in collaboration with TY Njumo Foundation.
Yes.
The TY Njumo Foundation had a period where they would withdraw. Okay. That was the center was set up in Gwandu. Yes. So when TY Njumo withdrew, there was a gap. Yes. So he also gave some funding to help steady the place until So and he paid for this girl's education. Governor Saidu Daikengari, we wanted to set up a model for intervening in villages. Yes. Because what we realize is in villages they learn virtually nothing. Most of the small villages, the only people who can teach there are people who live there. So there is no facility for teachers to come. So whatever those ones they can find around can teach, that is what. So you find a student who finish, he does not know anything. So we intervened in one of the villages and we went and built 2 units of 4-bedroom apartments as accommodation for teachers, including NYSC. And that boosted education in that village. And Daikengari helped to reduce the classes and add more classrooms. And that school came from not even having, when we went there, the people were sitting under zinc with no flooring. That was the preschool classrooms. And then the other classrooms were so dilapidated, no chairs, no tables. Daikengari helped to build more classrooms, refurbish the school, and then with teachers now from NYSC. In fact, NYSC corpus were now happy to be posted there because there was accommodation.
Which town is that?
Madadi. It's called Madadi. Okay. It's under Gwandu local government. Yes.
Right. So do you have any specific advice for young women?
For young women, I would say stay focused, work hard. If you work hard, you'll be noticed.
Yes.
If you stay focused, and thirdly, have the fear of God. Because if you have ethics and you have standards that you yourself, people know that these are the things you live by, they will want to work with you and you will excel. So fear God, be focused and work hard.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It was nice having you.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks very much for being with us. It's been a wonderful 30 minutes with Dr. Salamatu Suleiman, the head of Nigerian Human Rights Commission. I hope you'll be with us again next week to meet our new Amazon. Until then, have a great week.